Right, question 38. Which of the following sets can make a right angle? So basically, right angle triangles are ones that have follow the rule, the Pythagoras theorem rule. So Pythagoras theorem simply says that hypotenuse will be equal to height squared plus base squared. So any right angled triangle will basically follow this rule, which we call Pythagoras theorem. All right, Pythagoras theorem. Now we've been given the first set of numbers. So set A. In set A we are having 7 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 13 centimeters. So we all know that hypotenuse will always be the bigger number in terms of magnitude. So of these three, 13 should be the hypotenuse. So it means therefore that if we get the square of, if you get the square, this should be square root. It therefore means that if we get the square of 7 and plus that of 12 and get the square root of that, we should be getting what? 13. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to test for this by having, so we're going to say that if this is indeed a right angled triangle, then it should be that h should be found by taking h squared plus b squared, which basically is, in this case, 7 squared plus 12 squared. Now, when you do this in your calculator, so 7 squared plus 12 squared and the square root gives us root 193, which is not equal to 13. And therefore we say that this here is not a right angled triangle. Now we go to the second set of numbers. The second set of numbers, basically we have 3 meters, 0.4 meters, and 5 meters. So we do the same thing here. H should be found by getting the square root of height squared and base squared. Now the square root of height squared and base squared in this case will be 3 squared and 0.4 squared. Alright, if this indeed is true, then we should be able to get what? 5 meters really. So 3 squared plus 0.4 squared, and then when you find the square root of that, what you get is the root of 229 all over 5, which is not equal to 5 meters. And therefore, this is also not a right angled triangle. So B is therefore not a set of right angled triangle, set of magnitudes of right angled triangle. Now we go to the set C. Another set has been given to us here, set C. Now set C has been given as 1.5 meters, 2 meters, and 3 meters. So the same thing applies. H should be equal to the square root of h squared plus b squared. Note, this should be our hypotenuse, that is 3, alright? So basically we'll have it as the square root of 1.5 squared and that of 2 squared. And when you do this, you get that the square root of that basically will be 5 all over 2, which is not equal to our hypotenuse, which should be 3 meters. And therefore, this set of numbers, this set of magnitude, are not those of a right angled triangle. Now, for us to find the right answer to this, maybe we try the last set of numbers. And the last set of numbers, basically, we are having 35 centimeters, 1.2 meters, and finally 125 centimeters. So before we handle this, we want to make sure that all the magnitudes are in the same SI unit, as in all of them, if they are all written in meters, all of them should be meters, all should be in centimeters either. So you notice that this is in meters, this is in centimeters, this is in centimeters. So we're going to convert this to meters. And if we convert this into meters, we're going to have 35 centimeters, 120 centimeters, by multiplying this by 100, that is 125 centimeters. Now, all of them are in the same SI unit. Therefore, we can check and see if they form magnitudes of right-angled triangle. And what do we use? The formula of Pythagoras theorem. That would be h should be equal to the square root of height squared and that of base squared. All right, sum of that of base squared. All right, so basically we're going to have the square root of our height, let's say, to be 35 squared, plus our base to be 120 squared. Now, when you do this in your calculator, you get 125 as the value of h. And therefore, confirming that the fourth set of numbers, that is 35 centimeters, 1.2 meters, and 125 centimeters, actually are a set of right-angled triangles. Thank you.